Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's press all the buttons. Let's start the thing off. Let's do it.
Are we unmuted?
You know, we're here. Yeah, the time's gone. You know, we're a little bit late.
A little bit late.
Because we're pros at this, you know. So
I don't even have a chair today.
you got no chair. You have. You've
I
got a
do.
chair. It's there. It's there. Tristan was using it yesterday, trying to give it race driver. Yeah. And that's why these wheels are here. Because we're still playing with cars, aren't we? Seems a bit popular still. The old cars, but
Yes.
we've still got another you got a drone project you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, as well.
Drone. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bit of drone project, and
drones.
and we might have come a little bit further with the old steering idea as well, which is quite interesting.
What? What? Have we?
Driving the steering the driving. Didn't you say that with the drone?
Oh yeah.
Steering wheel.
Yeah, it's
driving
already
steering
possible.
wheel. Yeah,
Yes.
that stuff. So, I'm just gonna see if we've got anyone watching. I don't know why that stream keeps stopping.
Huh?
That stream there keeps stopping.
I
don't know what it is. But there you go. So if anyone's with us, hello, thank you, welcome, thanks for joining us.
It's an off day today, I think.
Well, it's one of those days.
It's early. It's early. Come on. Well, it's late. No, but
Well,
it's early in the stream.
He left late. That one over there, Tristan.
I'm sorry. I
Come
had
round
an
here.
accidental
Yeah,
nap.
just a quick little couple of laps, Jim. Couple of laps. Yeah.
Couple of laps until
Couple of
5 a.m.
3.5 hours later.
No, I left at 2. It's acceptable.
So, we can talk about, if we're talking about the drift stuff.
Yes.
We can talk about my supercar now. Let me get it. I'm just finishing.
Remotely controlled, fast distance, long distance.
No.
Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about.
Which one
is it? This.
Carlos has handed me a box.
This now has everything.
This is the one with all the wires on the controller.
Oh, it's got a shiny bum.
So it's got a shiny bum.
Yeah. So it's
It's
wirelessly
charging.
Charging. Yeah.
It's got FPV.
It's got FPV. Yes.
In there, there's camera.
Yes.
It's got an extra battery.
It has an extra battery. Yes.
So it's got 2 batteries.
Yeah.
And I'm not seeing any other. Is it charging both batteries at the same time?
Yes.
Okay. It's got what's that on the side then? Hang on a minute.
Oh.
So is it charging from there?
Can.
Or charging from there?
From the side. Well, you can also charge from the bottom, but that creates a difficulty, which is why I had to add a little charger from the side.
From the side?
Yes.
And that charger runs the 2 batteries again, or just the 1 battery?
2.
Okay.
All the systems are interconnected.
You can charge from either
so
side.
you can charge it from the standard system.
Yeah.
But that changes a couple of things. So
There's another board there as well.
yes, there is. So the way that the reason why I put like two charging
There's a lot going on in there.
the reason I put like two different charging ports is that whenever you plug, I didn't know this. Whenever you plug in just go back to
Just doesn't want to do it.
Same website again.
Yeah. Whenever you plug something in.
Whenever I plug in the USB here on the bottom port,
it
powers all the electronics of the car. Which is why we can't. Why it doesn't charge while the car is still on. You know that, like, if you have the car on and you put something to charge, it just doesn't charge. So it needs to restart it and go on charge mode, so to speak. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is silly. Well, I guess it's to prevent people to charging the car when the car is on. Yeah, but at least they could put like an option for people that don't do that.
Okay.
So because they've done that,
confused me slightly there. Why would they even bother doing that? Where's the advantage there?
The advantage is, I think, purely so people don't charge a car while the car is on. So you have to turn off the car and then plug in the thing. Otherwise, it doesn't charge.
Okay, I suppose there would be an ultimate problem with charging it while it's on. Okay, no worries. Hi India, thank you. Welcome for joining us. Hi Sparks, how you doing?
Hey.
We are here. Michael Ekblet is joining us on the Facebook stream. We've actually got different people watching.
Yes. So.
Yes.
Through that reason, I had to put in a separate board, which
completely separate 1S charger. That is it.
Yes.
Okay.
So, which is actually nicer because if I don't want to charge it through.
So you got 3 ways of charging now.
If I don't want to charge it through this.
Yeah.
I can just put something in the window and it's a little bit.
A little plug-in USB.
Yeah.
Make no charge.
Yeah.
How long is the Wi-Fi charging? Any longer than the USB charging?
A little bit, but not too long.
Not significantly.
But it depends on how it's sitting on the thing. Yeah, because
looking at that, that's got a bit of an angle on.
Yeah,
so you'd want some kind of stand.
Flat and closest to the ground as possible.
Or but like if you had a stand that tilted the car a little bit so that was the flat portion.
Yes.
It would be just as good. But again, freaking awesome.
I put this board inside to charge the 2 batteries without powering up the system. And why do I want that? Because the camera is now connected, or the FPV side is now connected directly to the board.
The power. It takes its power from the board and not the lipos.
Exactly. So
what's the advantage of that?
The advantage is that when you power the car, it automatically powers the camera at the same time.
So you don't need an extra switch for the camera, because I'd have an extra one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when you want to, if you just disconnect from the car.
It's interesting, yeah.
If you disconnect from the car, like if you forget, for example, if you have everything inside,
it'll turn off after 2.5 minutes, and after not controlling.
Exactly, and so will the camera.
And so will the camera. Okay.
Yeah. Because on your case, if you don't turn it off, the camera will just still be eating the battery.
Still go.
Hello, Tom.
It will still go. Tom joined us. Hey Tom, how you doing? Tom Ashley and
Matt.
Matt Stubbs. Thanks for joining us, Steve. We're talking about cars mostly today. We'll do a little bit of drone talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again,
we have some exciting things.
There are
on the drone side.
You've got to wait for it though. It's coming. It's not here yet. Yeah.
I think you can actually.
That's right. Interesting.
Yes.
That you've now changed that whole how the way the FPV is like really integrated.
Yes, which is like unfortunately, if the company wants to do FPV cars the right way, they're gonna have to change the board.
They're gonna have to change the board.
Yes.
Because
how are you gonna disconnect the camera? Are you gonna put a switch that you have to?
It needs to be in software. You can just turn the camera on and off and control the channel.
Yeah, I was just then thinking, hang on, that board,
which is impossible.
Yeah, so it needs to be a whole new revision of the board.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't
hardware side is impossible.
Doesn't the board send out loads of different signals onto different little pins? Like when when you turn your lights on and off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just increasing the voltage from a specific pin.
Great. So could we not tap off of there to smart audio and change channels and stuff in the camera?
Possibly. Again, it will have to be a different board.
But forget that. What I really want is just my power and my speed on my screen.
Yes. So this camera specifically has OSD on it,
power.
so you can see. Yeah,
one of
the
very rare and special now.
Yes.
805 was it?
One of the old style.
Okay. Like if you go to the FPV feed. Oh, I don't know if you have it on.
We didn't connect you, so that we'll have to do that first. But
I need to plug that on.
I know. Good job. Here we go.
OSD would be really, really helpful for sure, because not having it at the moment, it's just a guessing game of when you're running out of
power. But for me, it's not the power as much as the
how long
speed.
Have you been there?
No, my speed, my current speed.
You want to know the speed of the car?
Yeah, that's very
helpful. It's 2. You need to click on FPV there.
Oh, it's over here. Hang on. That's the bit. That's why I'm trying to click it and it's not clicking. I'm clicking on the wrong bit. There we go. Oh, we're so pro.
That's also the wrong one.
Also the wrong one.
That's the right one.
What happened to someone that knows what they're doing clicking the bloody buttons? That would be useful. All right. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah. So we'll be able to show the car.
We'll show you that in a second. So I want to be able to see my speed. Because there's something that I'm not that you necessarily need it for driving around the track.
Okay.
It was just something that I'd like to know.
Okay.
So I did get that Myra cast thing that you were talking about.
Yeah.
I've got that, so maybe we'll do it that way.
Yes.
But how do I get
There's another way as well.
While I'm driving.
Yes. Right. I'll show that. Actually, I have to show that a little bit in the future as well. So you can see here my car has like 3.6 volts. And it shows you the frequency that I'm at and how long it's been on.
And your name.
And my name, yeah. You can even put an OSD within it.
Hi, Kevin. Thanks for joining us.
So you could get a bit of timing, how long your battery's going to last. Like
exactly.
You've been driving for 20 minutes or whatever.
Exactly, yeah.
And that time will be way more than any FPV time that we've done before.
Yes.
Because that's normally
25 minutes.
Yeah, that's like a 3-minute, 5-minute burst if you're lucky.
Yes.
Whereas this is 20 plus.
25 minutes 25 is the maximum time that 2 batteries allow for the car to be.
And driving. So those 2 batteries, it's interesting, you've kind of made it twice the milliamps.
Yeah.
But because you put the camera on, it's gone back to the same amount of playtime. Because you was getting around 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes from the car in line of sight.
Yeah.
I hope Tristan's seen the sweets.
Well, Carlos has been eating all my favourite ones, so...
Right. Now they're going to argue about who's eating more sweets. See what we have to contend with. Hi Kevin, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I'll have some milk duds. Milk duds, they're the best sweets ever.
So,
yeah. You can't eat and talk at the same time. You've got to,
one has to eat at a time. Yeah. So this is the car in the form that I would want it to come as default, rather than me having to put like 100 different boards inside just to...
Yeah, I agree. It would need a second battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I just a bigger battery.
That putting the camera further inside the car.
Yeah.
And possibly mounted on that top board. If we could change channels and OSD, it doesn't really matter. The OSD, the speed would be nice. Yeah, and stuff like that. If we could like have a little bit of a curve at the bottom. Of the screen and actually a little dashboard at the bottom, because you're not looking there anyway.
There was something very interesting that said, I want to see the speed of the car.
Yeah.
And it is possible.
Great.
That you can see your phone.
Can I not mask out most of it or shrink it?
It's different. What's differently? And I'm gonna show
the whole phone.
I'm gonna show this in a different way.
Okay.
Yeah. So. What we have here...
See, these are just solutions to problems. Because it's like, oh look, we love this toy, we like to play it like this, but if we had this part of it like that, we'd enjoy it more.
Yeah.
And that's all we're really doing here. There's no degradation on the toy. It works awesomely just out the box. But you want to, because we've done the track and they've gone into FPV.
Yes.
And pushing the batteries of it.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. You know what? Because you could have your Facebook feed shown while you're flying or racing a car in FPV.
Because I'm that interested.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying that as a possibility, it is possible to do that. Huh? How about that?
But why would I need that distraction?
You can have
I totally understand seeing my car that I'm operating now.
Listen, you can have a different camera on the field just to check if anyone's like
a rear view mirror,
for example.
Could you not have that?
You can have whatever.
Actually, that would be helpful. Because there's a lot of times, because you know these cars don't like touching too much. Yeah.
I'm not even talking about cars, the drones.
Sure. Yeah. But there's a lot of times, because I'm trying to say my line. Yeah. There's a lot of times when I would like to see who's behind me.
Yes.
And if I had a little extra somehow rear view mirror in my screen,
yes,
that would be very, very helpful.
So I'm here to tell you,
Carlos is here,
that this is possible. That you can have a man-made OSD in your goggles.
What,
in my Fat Shark
compared
goggles.
to a natural OSD?
Yes.
Compared to an organic one. Like in my Fat Shark goggles.
A man-made OSD.
But in my Fat Sharks, you mean?
But it can be your man-made with whatever graphics you want.
What about women?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, let me explain.
Okay.
There's this contraption here.
That looks really dodgy.
and I'm gonna
so dodgy.
OSD my phone. Yeah. How am I doing to do that?
You're gonna OSD your phone.
How am I gonna do that?
What, while you're wearing Fat Sharks?
You can, for example.
Okay.
So.
Alright, he's plugging it in and it looks dodgy. Like from here, it looks dodgy. It's just a jumble of wires.
Listen, this is very simple.
And a couple of boxes.
This is a very simple thing. This is a converter from
HDMI
from digital
VGA, it looks like,
to video.
Oh, AV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The so the input goes from HDMI.
Yeah.
And outputs in
AV.
AV, which is this little thing
that takes AV in and then transmits that.
So in this case, pouring everything on. I'm just gonna connect the phone to it.
It's there.
Oh yeah, it's here.
Looks
there you go.
Sketchy.
It's so sketchy.
But this is because, you know, I didn't make it into a little pretty box because it can be made. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So if you search again for the frequency, for a frequency, you should find this one.
Let's press the button. Oh, this is really interesting, this one.
Huh?
It's really interesting.
What, this crazy things?
Well, like we're searching now, so I'll let you see what we're doing, but it's found something, yeah?
Yes.
So that's the only thing transmitting right now.
Yes, so this is my phone that I have here in my hand.
Oh, that's your phone screen. Okay, all right, that's why it's a beach. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and this is like Google Maps.
Get out. So that's your phone over 5.8.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Now, what's the benefit of this? In this case, you're just seeing a phone, right?
Sure.
But you already have... So imagine OBS, which is the tool that we're using to broadcast this.
Yeah.
As an image compiler.
Okay.
That you put your phone that's going to broadcast to a screen. And you're going to put the FPV camera that's going to cast to another screen. Yeah? You just load up the camera option, yeah? And then you put those two views there.
Like we do in OS, like we do in
like
OBS.
we do right now. So right now there's
we're laying this onto that.
And then you output that screen to your goggles.
How much lag do you think there is going on?
That's not going to be too much.
Not significant enough.
Not significant. I'm not saying let's go race in FPV like super
I like
fast
the way
crafts
you've done that. I like the way you've gone round that.
Yeah.
Is that rather than trying to force it into the goggle or force it into the camera?
Yes.
You just taken the two outputs and then said, "Sod it, I'm going to make my new output."
Yeah.
So take those two, match them, and make another third output.
Yes. Yeah. And you can do another thing.
It's not bad.
You want to do another thing?
Clever.
You could then output that signal into an FPV.
Yeah.
And just with your goggles connect to the FPV feed, and they'll be mixed. So instead of this outputting to your goggles directly, because it's like a cable, it just outputs the signal into 5.6?
5.8.
5.8, yeah. And then you just connect to that frequency.
Yeah, because this HDMI in would be coming out of the PC.
Yeah. And then
the rest of that would be...
But this, you won't even need this. You don't need any of this. This is just to show that you can output whatever you want into...
No, I do need most of that.
No, you don't.
Why not?
All you're going to need to put your phone there is to just screencast the phone like
No, I don't want my phone. I want two...
What do you want?
Hang on, I'm going to have... It'll be... From the phone, it'll be Wi-Fi, Miracast.
Yes.
And from the car,
you already have it.
5.8.
Yeah, so you already have it. You already have a receiver.
Yes, but wait, it's 5.8. But then I'm going to have to join the 5.8 and the Miracast and transmit on another 5.8 signal channel.
Could do. Or you could just connect a cable to the
PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can just output...
Does that make sense to anyone else? Yeah? Because let's get back to us, hang on. We were just looking at the screen there. Did that make sense to anyone else then? Yeah, so we've got this. So the idea is that you're capturing it with the PC. So ultimately, could you not, like maybe I love saying Arduino, but could you not Arduino a little something to do all of that and retransmit it in a little box? Does it have to be a PC and OBS?
So, you could, but it has to be something that doesn't really exist.
No.
As a one unit.
Appreciate it doesn't exist right now.
Because but not with the Arduino. It would be like a simple image converter.
Processor,
it's this, but only thing that it does, it's already inbuilt here. That it has a different output, and one is for the
different
VTX.
Inputs. So it's got two inputs.
Yeah, one is for the VTX, and the other one is for.
So you need that with
your phone
mixed
or whatever.
inputs.
But how does it combine those images?
Well, that's software here. It's not
software. Well, look, what you could do is get that one to transmit a big picture, but this is all transparent, and that's the actual picture. And then it's just bang, it's overlaid, or it's down here.
So the photo is going to overlay the whole.
So that will overlay a solid of what you want to see and a transparent of the rest, but still a big picture.
Yeah.
As normal, but that's nothing. Yeah. Right. That could. Yeah, because then you're then overlaying AV channels then, and that's easy.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's just people haven't thought of
not bad.
Merging
what do you guys
together.
think? Like it's coming from a completely different angle.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
That we can merge a different unit on itself. And then, in my case, I have even something else different.
A little bit extra.
A little bit extra that obviously... Well, it wouldn't be for drones, but maybe it would be for drones. I'm not sure.
For everything.
So I showed this like a few episodes back, a few podcasts back. By a few, I mean like 20 or so.
It's been a while. And it's pretty cheap, that thing, isn't it?
It's super cheap, like 60 quid, something like that. So this...
Super cool.
is basically a screen.
Funny,
it's basically a screen.
It's very handy.
It's ghetto Google Glass. Basically.
Ghetto Google Glasses. The thing is that up until now I didn't think like...
What am I going to use it for?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Because you can FPV stuff, but it's like the image, you just see like a little image here. And it's transparent, like you were testing before. Like you can still see your hand.
If you got a white background, and that just disappears.
Yeah. Also depending on the image that you have here, light quality and stuff like that.
Yeah, but we had the screen on, didn't we?
You can still see very well like what it's projecting.
Yeah.
And it's not blurring anything, which is why when we tried this in Epping, it was I had to like focus so much on this just to be able to
see it,
fly it properly.
Because it was just
there's too much stuff.
Background.
It's like looking at the screen, right?
Yeah.
There's too much.
If you're in a big open space with a Mavic and you had the video feed of that,
Perfect.
it's a bit different.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
Yeah. You just go forward. Oh,
And then you can really quickly switch.
All right.
And I can look at and look there.
So what are you gonna do with that then?
Yeah, with this.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you can broadcast your phone in FPV or whatever, you can then have this as potential Google glasses, like cheap ass Google glasses, that you can see what your phone is projecting.
Couldn't you then? Hang on. You're transmitting that in 5.8.
Yes.
You could transmit that at 2.4.
And then
And then just have people's phones, and like you're saying, Google Glasses, the cardboard one.
Yeah.
You could just have everybody watching.
Yeah.
And for nothing. Isn't it?
Your stream's paused at a lovely point there for Carlos.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Do you know what I mean? Like you take it off the 5.8, which is what's got the problems.
Yeah.
I'm wondering about lag. That's what's gonna. That's the first thing people are gonna say is lag.
It doesn't induce. It's not for.
It's not for racing.
It's
not for high-end racing.
Not
but
for high-end racing.
For our racing.
Doesn't matter. You won't notice it. You won't be able to notice it.
You probably won't.
Even for normal flying, you won't be able to notice
when we talk about lag, this is something else that people got.
It's milliseconds.
We're talking milliseconds.
Anyone out there who's interested in lag, go to one of the reaction timers online and just see what your reaction time lag is.
Yeah.
Most people averaging is about 220 milliseconds just in reaction time.
Yeah.
So if you're talking about saving 5,
10,
or
15,
6,
20, 50. Yeah.
And you look at it as a percentage of the overall.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's the thing. If you are a high-end racer, pushing yourself against
because you're not looking, you're not reacting, you're just like.
So you're dependent on that.
Okay, that's all right. So I quite like the idea of putting it on 2.4.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that really gives a lot of access.
It's whatever output you
exactly. Because you've chosen to go from the AV to 5.8.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could go from AV to 2.4 just the same. So it's just another board.
Whatever.
Just a different board. Yeah. That's quite interesting. What do you guys think? Always let us know what you think. Thanks for joining us, Jeff Turner. Thank you very much for joining us, dude. Jeff Turner, I don't know if anyone knows, Jeff Turner's from Quadcopters, the main man.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, quadcopters.co.uk.
Hello, Jeff.
They do the big stuff.
Great shot.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. I quite like that. Yeah. I think that's quite interesting.
I think there's so many things in FPV because we're...
How many can we get on 2.4 pilots then?
They're big
shitload more.
Though.
Yeah, big antennas.
Yeah, but you're plugging in. You're feeding. Oh, well, the receiving antennas are going to be big.
All antennas are.
Oh, yeah, I suppose it will be. Yeah.
But
I suppose it will be.
But if you want for the public, it doesn't matter.
Hang on. If we went on 2.4, then aren't we creating a network? Can't we do it through the phones? How can we put it to a phone?
That's a different thing. That's Wi-Fi, not.
Oh, so you're talking about that's putting it to a web page and looking at a web page and all that shit. That's a different, completely different angle.
Yeah. So, I just think that it's funny because in the world of FPV as we know it, everything is always like, oh, I know everything. I know all the best stuff.
Yeah, we don't know
because
nothing.
It's so small and concentrated, and the communities, it's large, but it's not compared to other communities. It's not that large.
Percentage-wise, it's minimal.
30,000 members is what the biggest groups have.
Some
30,000, 40,000.
Yeah.
In the world.
Yeah, worldwide members.
That's
not global members.
It's nice, but it's not.
No, it's not groundbreaking.
Explosive.
Not yet.
But it's funny that we're like, I know everything about FPV, and only this works, and this is the best way that it works. But you only think on your select thing,
and
right? But there's so many stuff that you can explore that you don't think because you just focused on.
And the other thing is that if you don't explore the other things, like a lot of the ideas that you're bringing back to drones, you had because you was playing with cars.
Yeah.
So you have to do the exploration to spark off a completely different idea that leads back to you. You know, so if you don't do that, you ain't getting back anywhere. You know what I mean? There's, that's a lot of things, isn't it? Yeah. So, talking about expanding stuff.
Yeah.
And pushing out a bit of markets and stuff, as it were, and doing some different things. Do you remember quite some time ago, we made not speeders, Millennium Falcons.
Millennium Falcons.
Do you remember that I made a Millennium Falcon?
Yeah. That was hard as shit to fly.
Really hard to fly. So I just want to quickly, because I love flight test. I just want to give the guys at Flight Test a shout because they did something, not a Millennium Falcon though.
Okay.
Yeah,
did it put AT&T's flying?
They made an AT&T.
Flying.
No, so that's standing, and then the snow speeders are going to go round and drop it.
I wish I had like teams like this working for me.
It would be so awesome.
Because I have a speeder, and for ages it's lying in my attic for
just doing nothing. And I've got
for
one
2 years.
And
I always look at it and I was like, I want to build a quad in this, but I don't have like 60 different hands.
60 hectares to do it in as well. But they did it.
I can develop or make.
And it was really good, really. So watch that show. It's the latest one from Flight Test.
Okay.
So
I haven't seen it. A pony-sized god.
Yeah, it's quite big. I don't want to show you the whole video but that's what it is. Look, building a pony-sized AT&T with snow speeders, and they flew around it. Watch, it's really good. They gave Jesse a lot of big love out of that show as well.
Nice.
Because he sent them a load of stuff. He sent them the brushless whoops that he had, his new ones, and that's what they made it into. But they initially had the same problems we was having. Cover those ducts and you're dead, kind of thing. You ain't going anywhere. So as soon as you open it up and you've got airflow,
you're good.
You're pretty good to go. And then the second issue is any kind of air over the top of that expanse. Just jukes you, kills you down. Which interestingly leads me nicely to something I want to talk about next, which is so Jesse put a picture up today.
Okay.
And it's just beautiful, so beautiful, and I'm going to show you guys what it is.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's so lovely. Oh, it's so lovely, and I was quite impressed. Yeah. So let me just try and find it.
Tiny whoop. No, that's the wrong.
It's not that one. It's not that one, is it?
No, it's the top one. Micropilots. That one.
No, that's Weaver.
I know.
That says Weaver, bros. That's not one. We're so good at this, finding things. Anyway, look, you can chat while I try and find out what
I'm gonna chat.
Blinking hell I'm up to.
Just type there.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. So he did this thing, and it's just so beautiful. As far as I'm concerned, it's just glorious, and it looks and reminds me of what we did.
You don't have to scroll through the thing. Just click. No. Don't do that.
No, it's just not there. It's just not there.
It is.
It's not. It's just not there. So there it is. Okay, great. That's what I want to show you.
Okay. What the hell is that?
So that is a tiny whoop, essentially.
Yeah.
And he's cut that out of really thin foam, and then penned it on, like drawn on the feathers, as it were.
Okay.
Yeah. And it flies a lot like the wing. Do you remember the wing that we did way back in then?
Yeah.
And it flies a bit like that, and it's just so pretty.
Huh.
But he's done a few other shapes and patterns.
Now, it'll be interesting to know
how that dives.
How that flies without power.
Oh, can it glide?
Yes.
So can you come off and let it glide a little bit, or will it sink?
Nice. Yeah. Because remember the wing that we did, the first one, did that.
It did a bit of that, yeah.
Yeah.
So that is going to be, if he's done that size to wing area scale, do you know what I mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rather than too small a set of wings, would those wings nearly need? Because there's different patterns of wings, isn't it?
Yeah.
It'll be quite an interesting thing to find out.
If
that would be
different wings make it float.
And I think that is that's a brushless frame. So if he tried to do that with maybe like a nano whoop frame, would it lift? Do you think? Would it lift?
Too much weight,
smaller.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's very small props, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yes, so I think it's beautiful. Yeah, just to give some love out there. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Totally loved that. Yeah. Drew says that he's got a slower reaction time, so here you go. 155.
My best 155.
There you go.
Good.
But we're talking about 50 milliseconds. Yeah, a third of that speed. Yeah. You can't see it.
No, which is why
you can.
fast pilots react.
You can't see it.
You can. 50 milliseconds is definitely noticeable.
Oh, what's that?
5 milliseconds.
Depends on how fast you're going, I suppose. Yeah.
So there's
that's something to a drone pilot. 50 milliseconds is massive.
Depends on how
5
fast
is
you
a
go.
bit more like unnoticeable to most people, apart from the quickest pilots.
So there's another thing
Yeah.
that I can reference. Oh wow, look at that.
Oh no.
That is close. Do you want to show it?
I will. Okay, so
We're gonna
Matt,
show something first. Go on. Show that
Matt,
first.
Matt's just sent me a video. It binged up and it's just so cute. Are you ready for this video? Are you ready for this? Here we go. Look at that. God, blimey, that back wheel just dropped out then.
It's way out. Yeah, look
that
at
is
that.
out.
Yeah.
But the other side was on.
The other side was on.
The other side was on. Only that one was out. So yeah, that was Drew. That was Matt. Thanks, Matt. Thank you very much for sending that one
Matt McCarnick.
McCarchiniak.
Meccano, isn't it?
No, it's McCarchiniak. McCarchiniak.
No shit. It's
Like there's a H in there
Mark
somewhere.
Cappuccino or something like that.
Oh, no, it's not. Don't be like that.
Marchiniak.
Not that kind of Machiniak. That's
No, it's
it.
not Marchiniak.
I'm telling you, that's like
not.
a H.
You said the last time.
Machiniak or something.
Something like that. But that was
I'm
great.
Sorry, Matt. I'm
sorry, Matt. Big love, Matt. Big love. So
Marciniak.
something like that.
Marciniak.
Closer to
We need to
what I
record.
said.
We need to record him
Just
saying it.
and then just every time. Just
Every
play.
time.
So it's Matt Machiniak.
It would be good to have a little soundboard for the show too.
It would be helpful. It would be.
Phone junkie.
Thank you. Nice bit of logo. Bit jingle.
Yeah,
Back to where we was.
Yes.
Was expanding the toys that you've got.
Yeah.
Yeah. And pushing those boundaries on the toys.
Yeah.
So the next one that I wanted
Which we've done here.
before that one.
Oh, before. Sorry.
Before that one.
We didn't see that.
I want to ask you something, right? Because I'm still really, really interested in this.
Okay.
I want to fly with a steering wheel.
Yes, but that's that.
Yeah.
Yes.
In that case, yeah, you can show that one because that's what I really want to. That's what I want to try.
So to fly, is it possible to fly
with a steering wheel and pedals?
With only, effectively, you're using.
About the new steering wheel.
How much? You're using one.
What channels? How many
and
channels?
2.
And then brake.
No, not channels. You're using 2 inputs.
Then no, I still want the brake to make that whoa.
Yeah, no. But to go forward.
To go forward 2, yeah.
2.
2.
Or being that when you're going backwards, you only use 2 as well.
Yeah, it's 2 physical inputs from you as the pilot, but inside the computer there's loads going on.
Yes.
There's still 4 channels happening.
For this to work, let's just explain how it will work.
What we want.
Oh, by the way, did you share the stuff?
The what?
I don't know. He's been sharing stuff. So what we want is to be able to fly a drone with a steering wheel. So you're gonna steer like this. They're just having a private conversation.
Listen.
They're gonna steer like this and throttle with the pedal. And I'm thinking if you throttle with the pedal and then with the brake is the opposite of throttle.
Yes.
If do you know what I mean?
It's not the opposite.
Well, it's gonna level you. If you brake, it will level you. If you throttle, you'll go up and forward.
Yeah.
And if you brake, it will level you.
I was gonna do backwards, but I guess you could level.
Well, it's the same as backwards, isn't it? Because that's your flying attitude, and if you brake a bit, it just does that.
So here's the idea.
Drew's
here's
saying
the idea.
maybe with one of those shitty little 2-channel airplanes.
No, you don't need.
No, Drew, you're missing the thing. You're missing the thing. So
because we haven't showed that. So
we haven't showed that part of it. So it's flying with a steering wheel.
Yes. So the mechanics for flying with the steering wheel would be that when you turn the steering wheel, it applies yaw and roll.
Yes, together in a mix.
Yes. And maybe one more than the other. We still don't know because we haven't tried.
Well, it depends on how sharp you want that mix to go.
So it's not. It doesn't go like this, and it doesn't go like this. It goes like this.
Could you not have we've got like dead zones and all the rest of it, like curves.
Yeah.
So here it's more aileron than yaw, and as I go more, it adds more yaw than aileron.
Exactly. You can do a curve.
Good. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Because if that means I want to go tighter, doesn't it?
Yes.
If I'm here, I want more yaw on.
Yeah, you can do a curve.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then that way.
Yeah.
All right, we like that. Yes.
Anyways.
So next.
So that's for the steering.
Steering.
Of the
steering
drone,
is sorted.
Of the drone.
Yes.
And then when you apply throttle,
so you're gonna go up.
It has the same thing. So it goes up and
mix curve.
The more you push, the more
forward it goes.
The more pitch you have.
Yes.
So I guess that eventually you're gonna go like this a little bit, maybe.
When you're a bit scared, yeah.
Depending on how, yeah. You're gonna go like,
I'm gonna go
like this.
Straight into a
but
tree.
no, wait. Okay, wait. So this is why I'm trying to say I want the brake.
Yes.
Is because if you've done lift and it's forward mix, if I come off of that, it's not gonna return the way that I'm wanting when I want to brake. It's just gonna have less power, but still the same attitude.
No, so I would see the throttle as 0 to 100%
pitch.
throttle and pitch.
Okay, no, 0 to 100 pitch, throttle, and 0 to 20 degrees pitch.
Whatever. You can set that in Betaflight. And the brake would be the same thing. It will be 0 to 100 throttle and opposite pitch. So you wouldn't press both at the same time. You either go forward,
yes, okay,
or you let go and then you go backwards.
Okay, so you would still need throttle on that one.
Yes. Otherwise it falls off the sky.
Hang on. Why can't I have the brake just being
pitch?
The reverse of the pitch.
Because you're countering, like how you're applying pitch forward and pitch backward at the same time. Which one is it?
Which one is it going to do?
Yeah.
So I'd have to. So whatever that throttle is, will be pitch back. I don't know.
Yes. So you're going forward, and then you let go, and this is going to start happening, and then you put backwards, and it goes like.
Hang on. If I'm mixing, then I'm not applying pitch forward and pitch back. My pitch back is just taking away from my pitch forward.
No, you can't do that.
It is.
Well, you can't do that in code.
Mixing you do that.
Yeah, but there's no mixing like that.
Right.
There
will be in a week or so.
No,
I'll just keep moaning until it happens.
No. Or you just adapt to the way that I'm telling you. Shut up. Huh? Or that.
Because you're saying, but that might put less throttle on when you're pitching. Unless I match the throttle that was on, I'd have to go or more or less.
Yes.
Or do you understand?
Exactly.
I think you'd have way more jerking.
But you're just going forward normally. Backwards is if you want to like reverse. Oh shit, I went the wrong way.
I reckon you could do it. No, I reckon you could do it.
Needs to be a buzzer as well.
I reckon that should just be adjusting the amount of pitch that you've got.
You can't because it's going to think like this.
No. But it's going to do that with the throttle.
No.
Because I can't match my feet, can I?
I know, but when this goes off.
Yeah.
It goes to 0.
This goes off. I've got no power now.
And then you go on.
And then I'm going to brake. So I'm going to fall full.
Or you can do this, but it's so fast that it doesn't matter. But if you're trying to apply both at the same time.
Doing it fast.
Yeah, because you're not both at the same time.
Wait, I've got my throttle on. I've got my throttle on.
Just trust me.
Hang on. I've got my throttle at 50, and that sets my pitch at
whatever.
10.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
As I press the brake. It only changes the pitch down.
No, it doesn't.
But 1 minute, if you made it do that,
it can't do it. That's what I'm telling you.
Why not?
Because you can't.
I'm not putting it backwards. I'm just making it less.
Because you can send the two different values for the same thing.
It's not two different values.
It is.
I'm adjusting the value you're sending on the pitch.
Okay, but you can do that.
Why not? You've chosen to send it 10. Yeah. We're going to go round in this little circle. I will get what I want, seriously. Okay. He'll understand soon.
I understand what you want. It's just not possible.
Understand. Don't say that. That's the bit I object to, is when you say it's not possible.
Because it's not.
Yeah?
Anyways.
It's not in your plan.
Anyways.
It is possible.
No, it's not possible. Listen, anyways.
Okay. Where was you?
How do you connect this wheel to a drone?
Hard wire.
Blue tack.
Blue tack. No.
Hot glue.
It's the same way. It's the same way. It's the same way that you attach this wheel to a car.
Bluetooth.
Actually.
Bluetooth. But the drone doesn't take Bluetooth.
No, but it does take Wi-Fi.
No.
What? Wi-Fi.
What?
To a car. When I say a car, I mean like the Carlando.
The Carlando is Wi-Fi, yeah.
Yeah, it's Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Which you connect with your phone.
Sure.
Which is now this.
Hang on, you just put Wi-Fi on S-Bus.
Yes.
What?
So I can connect.
Did you?
I can connect my phone.
Hang on a second. Can I just say it one more time?
Go on.
Did you just put Wi-Fi on S-Bus?
Yes.
Is that right?
Is there a wizard in the building?
Is there a wizard?
I've not heard of that before.
No, because I don't think it's been done.
Wi-Fi on S-Bus.
Yeah.
On S-Bus.
Yeah. So you connect to Wi-Fi, and then which connects to this tiny little thing here, and then that decodes what you're sending it through Wi-Fi to S-Bus. So basically, what I've done is this is a receiver.
Something monumental has just happened.
And my phone is the transmitter.
I hope you guys are watching this because this is important.
Yeah.
That's Wi-Fi onto S-Bus is very big, Carlos.
Yes.
That's
like it's a fairly significant thing that you've done there.
It opens up lots of possibilities.
Yes, on our drones, not like on all those shitty, £5 drones that you connect with your phone and.
Yeah, but wait. So you could now do.
I can do
computer fly. But no, you could do computer flying tiny whoops.
Yeah.
You could do a swarm of tiny whoops in synchronization.
Yes. And better yet, we've already talked this in other shows, but it's just I wasn't there yet. But now I am, and we can have the tiny whoop feeds the AI into your computer, that then tells the tiny whoop where it needs to go. Huh? How about that?
The AI, you mean?
Yes. Because it's your computer reading the AI. And because now you can
connect.
Does it
know it would have to watch it and all that? There's another couple of steps in between, though, isn't it?
The watching it.
The computer would have to see the drone, not the feed, not the FPV feed.
The feed. Yeah.
Yeah, but if it sees the FPV feed, how does it know where it is spatially? Wouldn't it need to see it third person?
No, why?
Because it would need more it and where the surroundings are.
Yeah, look for a gate. Gate. What's it?
Oh, what you're saying? Just float there and then turn until you get the.
You can
like we did with the car one, where it saw what's a car.
Yeah, exactly.
Look for a gate.
Yeah.
Just spin until you see a gate.
Yeah.
And then just fly at it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Or a car. Chase my car. Or chase a person, which is basically what DJI has made, but I've made it at £4.
Right, wait a minute. Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Could we not also connect that to like a homemade transmitter? Yeah. A Wi-Fi transmitter?
No.
No?
Not at the moment. But there's another thing that came from this that you could do, like we just do now, which is additional peripherals. Because what controls this is your phone.
Yeah.
So whatever you can connect to your phone.
Hang on a minute. So you're saying I can robo-remote a drone?
Yes. Yeah.
Really? All right, no, I believe you. I'm just like, wow. But hang on.
You can robo-remote.
But wait a minute.
More importantly...
Can't robo-remote now do me battle drones then?
Yes, we can do battle drones.
Like...
Yes, we can do
because you can now... You can now add extra code in.
Yes, I can. A switch.
Because if I'm doing it and then you've added an extra bit...
Yes, and I know, like, if I press a switch, it's going to be that specific switch. Yeah? But I can even do better once I figure out how to read the S-Bus. I need something else for that. But when I can read the S-Bus, then it will just be one tiny little part that you put on your drone, and it becomes combat ready.
Why do you want to read... because you want to read the hit signal.
No. Like, if you want to do it with your transmitter rather than the phone.
Yeah, no, you want to do it with your transmitter. But what? But what about the hit signal then? That would still be like an IR sender.
Yeah.
I can't wait to do battle drones. I can't. I want to do battle. I just want to shoot you all out of the sky.
And not just battle drone.
Like in a nice way.
Two-player.
Yeah, like in a friendly.
Driver and shooting person.
In a friendly, nice way. I just want to shoot you out of the sky.
All right. So let me see if we can.
That's
make this.
really exciting.
Yeah. Like I'm still your mate and that, but I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna take you out of the sky. That's what I really want. I want
to get really advanced.
Fly around.
Getting shot affects you. Like suddenly you can only turn
left.
If, or you haven't got as much right and you've got more left.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, like you're taking a hit on the right side, you can't go that way, but you can go this way.
That's all possible.
That kind of stuff. Like differing damage kind of stuff. You don't know until you got hit. Like that's really changing the... Because like, look,
We can do it now.
Look. This is the thing. Is right now we've got a couple of forms of doing FPV flying.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got your eye in the sky.
Yeah.
Looking down stationary camera business, which is like mind-numbingly boring, but really useful for surveys and security and all that. You've got your freestyle pilot, that just goes up and flips around trees and enjoys himself. And you got your race pilot,
Yes.
And all three of those are out there, but the one thing that we're missing is battle.
Yes.
Like we can't interact with each other.
We can now.
You with me?
As long as the Tiny Whoop can carry that board, or I guess there's going to be like smaller board than that I can maybe use.
75mm though.
Oh, hang on, Drew. It would land because as you're coming back off throttle, your pitch is reducing.
And then
this is your forward flight, and then your pitch reduces. See both my fingers. Your pitch reduces, and you would land, but probably forward landing.
Yeah.
But reduced pitching because you're already going
or
that
apply
way.
a little bit of back
or
throttle.
Apply either throttle at the same time and brake, or just brake, mixing out of the pitching, which is what I think will do it.
Actually, I don't know where the.
That's not bad. So we are possible for battle drones.
That's very exciting.
I like that idea. I do. Okay, you turn that on.
Yeah. Can you connect this to Betaflight?
To Beta?
Uh-huh.
Oh, now I need a wire. Oh, what do you like?
Oh, that track is amazing.
Do you know what I mean? Come around here, ask me for wires.
Is absolutely amazing to drive, even on your own, just blasting around there.
Are you enjoying the racetrack?
Absolutely fantastic.
Oh, look, I've got to plug it in here.
Plug it in.
Plug it in. Open up programs.
On the stuff.
Do things like that.
How could I?
Where's Betaflight? There it is. So what do you want to do with that now? You come here to try and tune your motors now. What are you up to?
No, just to. You can actually show Betaflight probably.
What are you up
might
to?
copy strike us.
Huh? Betaflight will copy strike.
Will they?
Can you go to receiver?
I'm just joking.
Why would they do that?
Receiver there.
You never know nowadays. So
Alright.
People do funny things.
Oh no, actually it's not. Oh, it is on. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's an input on my phone.
So roll A is happening while you're turning your phone.
Yeah, just like a car. And then look at this. Look at this. Look. This arm.
Auxiliary 1's gone up and down.
Yeah. So if we go to modes and do, what was it? 1, was it?
Yeah.
Save. Is that?
No, you got to go back to receiver.
Yeah. No, like, so we can disconnect it now from your computer.
Okay.
Because we don't need it.
Yeah. Fine. So you've got the switch now.
Yeah.
Shall I hold it up? Because you can't really see it from there.
Well, I don't know. I think we'll need to.
We've got no props on, by the way. Be safe. Yeah. Be careful.
Yeah. Even with small drones, don't mess about.
Even with small drones, do not put props on.
I've seen people get really nasty cuts actually.
So ridiculous. I don't know why people try and be brave. I don't get it. Like, why do you need to?
Lazy. It's not brave.
Why do you need to be like, oh, I don't care?
Lazy and foolish.
Yeah, it's just very silly. It will bite. They will bite you.
Electric skateboard without helmets, Carlos.
Those kind of people.
Those kind of people.
So you just saw it then, connected, and the phone was turning, and you saw the screen going up and down. So we know.
Yeah.
That is working, and that's quite fine control.
Yeah, didn't you see?
So
like turning the.
All right, but
or you can do it on a slider, or you can do it on a.
Now, initially, you're just on Robo Remo now, aren't you?
Yeah.
So.
But you can map with Octopus.
That's what I was saying. Exactly. So you could fly a drone with a gamepad.
With a gamepad mapped via Octopus, with a gamepad through Robo.
And you don't even have to have your phone. You can have your phone in a pack.
Okay.
And just...
Wait. However, some of the features.
Turning up to a race and just like taking a gamepad and like.
Some of your features are not available via Robo Remo, like Expo and mixing.
Yeah.
And curves.
Yes.
How can we do that? Can we fake that through Betaflight maybe?
Probably, yes.
Good. It's interesting.
Well, there's a car
definitely a path, I think. Yeah. What do you guys think? Let us know. You know, put your comments in and tell us what you think. Thanks for joining us, Danny and Robert. that's quite an interesting subject today, is flying a drone over Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
So
over my phone.
From the phone.
Which is not something people would really want to do traditionally.
I want to do that.
No, but normal FPV people wouldn't see the
You wouldn't really see the point in that.
The point is, you always carry your phone with you.
There is a lot of points.
I've been wanting this for ages, like that. I don't want to carry.
But what about, you know, like with the phone? If you said gamepad, I can understand because you're giving me sticks.
Okay.
Like with the phone, do you think you're going to hold that screen as nicely and fly as well in control?
Not if I don't try it.
Do you see what I'm trying to get to?
Maybe. Will it be as, there's stuff that you can put on your screen and you can just...
Will it be as... And that is another thing, is you was turning the phone.
Oh, yeah. That's different.
So you've done left and right. Could you do in and out?
Yeah.
For pitch?
Yes.
With the phone?
Yes, yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So you got that, and you could do that as well, couldn't you?
Yes.
It's very interesting. Really, really very interesting.
What was it doing? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Connecting to it.
Right, so we're connecting to the drone itself now.
It might need some adjustments and stuff, but... Oh, no. Look at that.
What? I heard a noise. I heard a noise.
So, do you want to raise it up just a little bit?
Just a little bit.
The camera.
So,
and then...
get it into camera.
On.
It's turned on.
This arm.
It's turned on. So it's arming and disarming from the phone. You want to do it again? It's definitely arming and disarming.
Wow.
So
yeah, but the really interesting thing that this brings is that you can now send different type of commands to the flight controller, which you couldn't do before. So I've just really rearranged a different radio that's a lot smarter, even like through Roboremo. It's a lot smarter than your radio.
Do you know what you've actually done? Is you've done that to the writers, the code writers of Betaflight, because a year ago we asked them, 2 years ago we asked them to get battle drones into Betaflight.
Yeah, but they didn't care.
And they didn't care, weren't interested. And you just got another way around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and more. What this has released is actually more than that even.
Yeah.
Like you could get to a point.
Beneficial for us, definitely.
Well, yeah, because now you've got more control. You've got you could do over the internet, bruv. So you could fly in your house from my house.
Yes.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, it's the same.
Just like the cars. It's everything exactly like the cars.
That's what I'm saying. Wi-Fi over S-Bus, bruv. It's blowing my mind. I don't think that's happened before. Anyone know? Does anyone out there know? Any of our viewers know? Has Wi-Fi over S-Bus ever been attempted or achieved before? I don't think it has.
I don't know.
Maybe
codes for both exist.
No, maybe
I just merged them together,
with the
help
of
a very special friend, like, Michael.
You know, like those. You know, like those guys that do the university one or something. That I think Rotor Riot went to them once.
Okay.
And they did pilots against computers.
Yes.
Is that over S-Bus?
What do you mean?
Like, what's their flight controller based on?
Oh no, that's like.
That's going to be completely different protocol. PWM.
Yeah. But they're not doing this as well. Like, they're doing like something different.
It's just I'm trying to find someone that's done it before. I really honestly do not think I've ever heard of breaking into like Wi-Fi to S-Bus.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
I don't think I've heard of that before. Oh, people phoning me up.
Someone's calling.
People phoning me up at the wrong time.
It's always the same. Is it the same guy?
No, it's my brother.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't think I've heard of that. That's
well, now it exists. And yeah, I mean, I need to do some tests on flights, and just see how it works.
Very interesting.
Yeah. That's Jem just typing in there.
That was me typing. All right, great. So we're gonna get some flight.
I want to fly it.
We're gonna get a bit of flight footage at some point very soon.
Yeah.
Not today.
Why not?
Maybe we'll do it after the show.
I'd put some headlights on.
Because you don't want to be doing that kind of stuff live on the show. You know what I mean? Who knows what happens.
Well, if the props are spinning the right way.
Yeah, but we haven't tested that yet.
No.
So we'll do it later.
We'll do it later.
We'll do it later.
No, we'll do it live.
We'll do it later. Back to the show.
Yes.
So what else has happened?
Is that enough?
Is there something new in stock in the Drone Junkie store?
Oh yeah, new stock. You got one of those frames.
That just came out so naturally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Easy natural segue into a bit of sales now. Let's sell you some stuff because we do that all the time on this show. We're quite impressed with this. What is this? Let me put it in front of Carlos so you can see what it is. This is the Newbie Drone brushless frame.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got way nicer points. I quite like the basketing that they've got on there. Yeah. I'm quite impressed with that. And Newbie Drone always do decent products, man. Like they really do think about
high quality products.
I think it's because they all fly. They play with the toys, and they keep saying this. If you don't play with the toys, you don't know what its issues are.
Yeah.
You can't improve it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I would never do that if I wasn't like.
If you wasn't trying to do this.
I'm annoyed now with this. I need to do something else.
Yeah.
Or I need to find.
If you just had the product and that was it, and you're selling it.
Yeah.
You know, and the same with the cars.
Yeah.
You know, like we want the cars.
Exactly. That's why I've changed like.
And we're FPV now.
Everything.
Everything. Yeah. Of which I've got the metal cars are coming now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Finally.
Well, they've managed to catch up.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? They had a really big, heavy backlog, but now I've got the metals. They're on their way.
Excellent.
So you know, I could get my Merc back now. But my DTM is coming anyway. So yeah. I did miss that black Merc though. It really drove very well. It did. It drove so nice, and
but it's strange now because I need to check. Oh, actually,
it felt its size, Carlos.
Huh?
It felt like a big, heavy car. But
with all the stuff that it has now, it lasts less in FPV. Like I've only had like 10 minutes.
You've added stuff to it, or you might have just killed the battery, Carlos.
Huh?
You might have just killed the battery.
No.
It's possible.
Why would I have killed the battery?
Who knows? You could be fettling and shorting, or sticking your fingers in it.
All the batteries are working fine.
It could be something silly like that. Yeah, it could always be something silly like that. So, we have really, really been enjoying these cars. Let's see if I can catch Tristan's thing before he gets all freaked out. So I'm watching it. There you go, it's already crashed. But we really have been enjoying these cars. And if you want to do FPV, I keep saying it's all about bringing that landscape closer to the view. Like when you're in a big hall, that wall, essentially, which is the sky, will be the wall, is not, it's in the wrong place. As in, it's not far away enough for it to be horizon, and it's too close and not close enough for it to be the wall of scale that you're driving around.
Whoa.
When you try and do FPV in a car, in a hall, it doesn't work.
Oh, in a hall?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just
because it's just wrong. You know, it's like too big. Yeah.
This just feels that you're in a set.
You're in a set, exactly. You're in. You are. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one looks better. Yeah, it feels like you're in a set. Like obviously Tristan is not noticing it because he's focusing on the road. Yeah, hyper focusing on the road. But because we're not driving, we can look around and we just see like, oh, it's a set. It's like a movie set.
Oh no, he's caught in Austin's nook.
Huh?
Tristan's got caught in. This is called Austin's nook because all you can do is go a bit forward and a bit back. That little gush there. But what I'm trying to get across is that see with a tree how far away it is from the car.
Yeah.
And as it passes you, it's the right focal distance.
Yeah.
Whereas if you try and do FPV in a car in a hall, in a big empty hall,
you don't know how fast you're going.
The walls spin around too fast.
Yeah.
Because they're not far away enough for it to be at the horizon line. Yeah. And they're too close for them to, not close enough even.
Yeah.
You know. So that's a little bit of Tristan driving about. He's doing it pretty well.
You guys need to come to my track.
Yeah, I think so. I think so, but I have been talking about a much bigger track, Carlos. Like
bigger track.
I really, really want a big track, mate. Like this is almost too small.
Yes, but if you're just doing the oval, it just ends right away.
But even if you're doing the race course, it's still just I can't get into third gear.
Yeah, I mean mine. I have to do like back and forth, and around, and then it makes it a bit bigger.
And then you've got too much turning, and you can't get the speed on. So
yeah, but I put it straight on. I don't like straights as much as you do. You just want to go fast.
I love going fast. But this is Bobby. In real scale, 1-to-1 scale, this track is only 120 meters long.
It's a parking lot.
So it's a parking lot. Yeah, it's not massive. Now I want Brands Hatch, as we all know. I keep saying it.
Yeah.
And that's going to be 30 odd meters long. Now, can you imagine how long it will take you to get to the end of that straight? Like you would be borderline on real scale times, but you're driving a 1/43 car.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, so I'm looking for a much bigger space.
Your batteries wouldn't like it too much, though.
Well, you get 25-minute lap, don't you?
So that's another thing that I had thought about as well.
Yeah.
With my car now with induction charging, if you get, let's imagine that you put induction charging transmitters below all the track or all the roads.
Okay.
Would your car go?
But you said you can't work it while it's on.
What do you mean?
You can't charge while the car is on.
You wouldn't need batteries.
Oh, no battery. Oh, would you get enough current to run?
So the induction.
They do use very little current. There are.
The induction is connected directly into your
into the PCB.
Exactly. It's replacing the batteries.
So you're as soon as you put the car on the track, it turns on.
Yes, exactly.
Wouldn't you want
kind of thing, but you take it off, it turns off.
Yeah. Just to keep it.
Huh?
A capacitor in there or something, just to keep like a fairly chunky capacitor, just to keep some charge ready. In case there's a little peak draw or something.
I wonder, well, we'd have to ask what the maximum current draw of the PCB is.
Yeah.
What would be its working maximum current draw in order to find that out? And then you would be way closer to your answer.
How many amps do you need to supply it for?
While the PCB is on, how much current does it draw? While it's on and motor's turning.
Like he said, like if there's a capacitor inside.
Again,
with a car sound system, you put the power cap in, and then boom, any like massive surges, it just smooths out.
And also provide the
power back, exactly.
But, you need that
because the capacitor is like a bucket that's getting filled with all the water. That's the energy coming in.
Do you know how much the Wi-Fi charging actually provides milliamp wise?
This one that it has on the car, 500.
So half an amp.
Sorry, 300. Yeah.
And the USB port provides half an amp, so 200 milliamp hours more.
So you could potentially, because that's not. I don't think these cars draw that much. There's only 3 tiny little 6mm motors in there, and a PCB. PCB uses milliamps. Yeah, it's the motors that it is drawing it, and they're not big, and they're working well within their efficiency. You're not even at full speed on those motors. It could work. So what do you want to do? Take the battery out of a car.
Yeah.
Put a couple of capacitors in just for a little bit of smoothing charge boosty thing.
Yeah.
And drive it on Wi-Fi. But with
how the freaking hell forever. It will drive forever.
Yeah.
That's dangerous for Jem to have.
But how are you going to drive? How are you going to power the road then?
That's what I've said. Like you put
there's shed load of them.
Yeah. There's 2 sides to induction capacitor. The induction charging, which is the receiver side, and then the transmitter side.
That track's going to hum. It's going to go. Why?
Like that. My thing doesn't hum.
Because there's only one little one like that. You talk about how many do you think you need?
So there's another thing. I don't know exactly how induction charging works, but if you just create a bigger one, will it supply more charge? Like if you're inside the charging zone?
It's passing through. So what that is actually doing is pulsing. Because it's pulsing, that change of magnetic field is changing the electrons inside the coils.
Okay.
Yeah? It needs that pulsing. It can't just be on. It's not just a solid field.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah, it's doing that. And that change of magnetic field, even though it's not motioning, the field's changing, isn't it?
Well,
and when you've got a cable in a changing magnetic field, current flows.
Yes.
So that's what they're doing. So they're giving you an AC field like that. It's coming on and off. So your whole track would have to do that. And you could have shed loads, one unconnected to each other.
Exactly.
Just jung, 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 loads of them.
Yeah.
And as you drive through each one, they'll give you different sets of pulses.
Yeah.
Is it possible?
Yeah, it is possible.
Anyone else with a different idea out there?
100% possible.
Don't forget. Oh look, Mac Mechanic says they're not drift cars. These are drift cars, not Formula One. I might.
I was hooning it around in an oval.
No, because I like speed, and he's like, oh, you got to send the back out and all that, right? But
they're good for both.
I think that they're cars. So you want to drive it in drift? You drive it in drift.
I'm on it for you, Carlos.
I can drive it in
Dino.
Straight lines.
John.
Yeah, straight lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Around my corners.
There's no way to play with it.
The thing is that how cool would it be if you didn't have to worry about the car, at least for your house?
About charging the car.
Yeah, it's just like you put it on the track and it's on.
I don't know. The fact that it has a definitive end because it runs out of battery is not necessarily a bad thing. Because sometimes you need to be reminded to take a break when your eyeballs are so dry that you can't blink anymore.
It's either the car's battery or the FPV battery that stops me.
The FPV battery is easy. Yeah? I don't know why you still have this problem at home. At home, all my setup, like everything turns on with one button and everything is powered. I don't need to be changing batteries with anything.
What batteries are you talking about?
For everything, I don't need batteries. Just for the car. Just for the car. I don't need batteries for anything else. Like the goggles, the receivers, the everything else is.
Yeah, you've powered your goggles. My track is there. Oh look, you turn it on. The track's on.
Yeah, but you need something. You always need a battery for your goggles.
Yes.
Just put in the 12.
Yeah, because I haven't been bothered to do that. That's not the issue. Yeah, but no, what I'm trying to say to you is that
can we just make? Oh, see, that's the question.
What?
Making a huge induction.
That's what I'm trying to say. Is I don't think that you need to make one huge one.
But if you make one huge one, it will be easier.
No, because you need one huge one to follow your track path.
I've already got a huge one.
It's not just one car park, is it? It's a track path.
Yeah, but if you put it everywhere on the track, it doesn't matter, does it?
But if you put a shitload of them everywhere around the track, it's the same as one huge one.
Not in making a huge one.
I don't know.
You know how but they're coils.
Is easier to do.
They're coils of wire backwards
One big one is much harder.
No, what backwards and forwards? It's a roll.
Again, alright,
it's a roll.
But it's still a coil. Do you understand what I'm trying to get to?
Yeah.
It's a flat coil.
Yes.
Yeah? But how would that path make on the roadway? You wouldn't. So you're better off having coils like that side by side all across the roadway. Loads of coils. Because they're easier.
No. Something bigger would be easier. Because it requires just one power, one set of electronics, and that's it.
Okay, 1 minute. Here's part that you're missing.
Yeah.
You're thinking that I can just drive past just anywhere in this field.
I think so, yeah.
And you got a massive field and a tiny little coil then, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not going to work because the field would overpower the coil.
Would it? That's what I don't know.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I don't know.
No, for sure. And if you make the field low enough that it doesn't overpower the coil, you ain't have enough field.
Okay. I don't know.
So that has to go through its amount of field. So that's why I'm saying you want loads of little ones. Not little single ones, too messy.
It's Alex. Hey, Alex.
Hey, Alex. How you doing?
He's coming over
joining
as well.
us. Is he? Oh, awesome. See you soon.
Feb.
Don't forget your goggles, Alex.
Ep.40, I think.
Don't forget your goggles, Alex.
You know what? Skiing.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna stay for a while.
Okay, I hope you'll be back then.
It's an interesting idea. However it works out, the mechanics of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see. The only thing
I'm kind of tending to agree with Tristan though.
What?
Because right now
it's finite.
That's a first, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Things are happening. But right now, either the car runs out of battery or the FPV runs out of battery and I stop.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not stopping. So what do I do then? Do I get a buzzer with a timer or something?
But that's your own personal problem.
Dude, I said to you the other night, this that came round last night, Dino came round. Just a quick one, Jim.
I know.
Just a quick one, Dino. What time did you leave, Dino? Yeah.
But listen, I'm just
not me.
I'm just removing a problem, which is I want to play now. Oh, the car's not charged.
But I've got 4 cars. My problem is I haven't got enough cars prepped with FPV.
But maybe other people at home don't have 4 cars.
They will
How
have.
about them?
But they will have.
How about them?
Yeah, but there's not enough cars already prepped with FPV right now. That's
but I'm talking
what needs to get dealt with.
Not just for FPV, like anything.
Well, it's these cars. You're not going to be Wi-Fi charging
but you can
a drone, are you? You're not flying a drone. You're not going to stand in a hall humming with electrical energy. Don't walk into that shit. Do you know what I mean? It's not good for you. Let's say that as well. No, because you're just as electrical as the car.
Well, you're not going to lie on the track. So don't rest your testicles on the track.
Alright, go and stand next to that power station, the substation at the end of the road.
It's not the same thing. It's 5 volts.
Go stand next to that.
It's 5 volts.
It's humming, man. It's AC. It's AC. See, look, 2 AM drone.
Listen.
Yeah, what?
Could you?
Yes.
Power a drone wirelessly?
Yes.
But I don't know, man.
Yeah, you can, okay, so Sony have invented a television about 8 years ago that was completely wireless. Wireless video signal, wireless power, wireless everything.
And it had to what, sit on a wall or something in a certain place?
Exactly, yes.
So, well, you couldn't move it to the other side of the room,
You could make a room that did this, right? The whole room, but you can't go in the room.
You wouldn't want to get
okay. So you can't go in the room.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Not for long periods of time.
No.
What happens?
Because you get cooked.
You get cooked. Yeah, it's microwave radiation.
Do you get charged?
Yeah.
It's not microwave radiation.
That's what I'm saying. That's what. No, it's electromagnetic radiation. So it's like microwaves. Because what's happening is that field is exciting your electrons the same way that it would be in the wire.
So if you go in the room in a Faraday cage,
if you've got a Faraday cage around, if you go in a Faraday suit,
do you not have a Faraday
you can
suit?
go in there because we've all got one. Yeah, I've got one hanging up.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Imagine.
That's why I'm saying you're better off with little ones.
No,
it's all local then.
I'm saying, like, imagine if there was no limit to flying a drone as well. If the limit wasn't 5 minutes or 4 minutes or whatever it is.
But there will be a leap in
your limit would be the room.
The
limit would be the room.
Yeah, exactly.
And how much charge mat you could manage to make. Like, you ain't laying one of them all around the M25, are you? Do you understand? No.
Exactly. But with microwave technology.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
There's no mats.
You can wirelessly transmit lots of power over even like up to a mile using
just exactly. As long as you're on target.
Yeah, just don't go into that beam or you will die.
Yeah, that's exactly.
So
what if? I'm not going to what if a ridiculous idea.
What if you have like a place where the drones don't have batteries, and there's if you go in, you're inside a protected area.
You don't cook, yeah. Okay.
So you don't get cooked.
Alright.
And you just, I don't know, you slot the drone in, or some guy with hazmat suit goes and
put it on a slide because you want it a good 20 foot away from you.
Would the prop start melting?
No.
It's water.
But no, you know what?
The battery might not be.
The battery might.
But there wouldn't be a battery.
There isn't a battery.
There's no battery, right? But the processor might get issues.
Nah, that's alright. Just shield it.
You'd have to shield. Yeah, if you shielded the flight controller. Yeah, you wouldn't. You'd have less.
So it would be possible.
But hang on, no, you can't shield too much because you still need the antenna. Yeah, and that would get issues as well.
No, it's fine.
Because you're in a field, you're in a moving magnetic field. Yes, anything with electrons in that field would be affected.
I think that would be super cool to try and fly a drone for an hour.
I just think that room would be humming, bro. Like, not a Geiger counter, but if you had the measuring thing, I don't know what it's called, but it will be ticking to wrath, bro. Yeah, it'll be buck over.
You wouldn't hear it from the prop sound.
No, it would be buck over.
Just don't go in the room. Otherwise.
It would. Like, it would be just too much. It would.
Okay. Is there any other way to wirelessly charge something without the dangers to yourself?
If it's local and small, you could do it on the track. Because if you did the little rings, that's not going to get much. You said yourself, it has to be very flat and on it, yeah? So that means its field is only very small.
Yeah.
Yeah? So you could get it slightly bigger field, but not massive. Do you know what I mean? Because if you try and do one coil around that, can you imagine the field like the width of this is the height of it? Try and think of it like that.
It's going to cook you.
Don't go in there.
Don't go in there.
Don't be reaching for your car. Yeah? Get the stick out.
Oh, I'm stuck in a corner.
Yeah?
I'll leave it. Leave it.
Get the stick out, stuff like that.
It's melting already.
You don't want to, you just don't want to be in there.
Okay.
But you don't want to have children in the future? Oh, no, you don't want them.
And then the other thing is to get a massive single coil would need even more energy to push it round.
Okay.
Which then creates.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah, well, you're just pushing energy around. When you push energy around in a coil, that creates its own magnetic field. That magnetic field then is affecting another coil of electrons. Okay. Yeah, and that's getting moved around. Energy.
So if you have several tiny ones, it's better.
Yes.
Okay. Well, can you have like one the width of the track, and then you just put like several around, making the track?
Around the side of the track, you could probably do it pointing inwards. You mean, or under the track pointing upwards?
Yeah.
Under the track would be better.
Yeah, exactly. But instead of being like super tiny, like a little bit bigger.
Yes. Like super tiny though.
Like the track.
You're again trying to fill that width. So imagine however wide you've got it is however tall it becomes.
Okay.
Think about it like that, because that becomes a circular field almost like a torus. Yeah. So that, and even bigger past the coils a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're better off really.
Tiny ones.
Loads of tiny ones.
Okay. It's costlier. More costly, I guess.
Matt said, Carlos, your new job is fucking up your brain with all these stupid ideas.
It's already done.
It's already done. It's too late.
And I don't smoke and drink.
And you don't smoke.
Imagine if you did. I'm scared what would happen.
I would be like, I have seen the future.
I've seen it all. It's all merged into one.
I've unlocked everything ever.
That's what would happen if you took DMT, genuinely.
It's all, I can't. Just stop talking about it.
Unless
you're going to bring it, stop talking about it.
I can see the connection, and I know how DNA works.
I know how DSM
works. The two guys who discovered DNA, they were taking LSD at the time. Genuinely.
That's the next one, Carlos.
No.
It's working out.
LSD.
It's working out how to get into DSMX.
Into what now?
Into DSMX.
DSMX.
Yeah, I want to read the tiny whoop code on the Horizon Flight Controller, because the tiny whoop code on the Horizon Flight Controller, the way that their PIDs are set, is the best that there is, and everybody tries to copy that, and that's only because they can't read.
But you can't, because the flight controller is not outputting anything.
Yeah, because you can't read what's on their chip.
Yeah, but you can't.
I know. I'd like to.
But you can't.
What do you mean I can't?
Because the flight controller isn't outputting anything. Like if it was, you could.
I know. Okay. I'm just giving you another task to do.
But you can't do that.
You can.
How?
You interrogate the EEPROM. You don't have the flight controller's not on when you're looking at it.
You can try that one. You can try that idea.
He'll do it. Don't worry.
I like mine. I wanna try this today.
Yes, well, we'll do that. Look, it's got a bit dark now, but you can have maybe a little hop in here to try. Yeah. But
you have to dumb down everything.
Way down, I reckon.
But
because you still don't know how much of this is doing your pitchy rolly thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So maybe we need a carriage to hold.
But
that.
I don't need to. I can just put sliders. I don't need to work with it.
Yeah, all right, but you still don't know how much that relates to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we need like one of those gyro. Do you remember that tuning platform I was trying to make back in the day? It was like a gyroscope thing, but you put the drone in the middle.
Oh yeah.
And it had three pivots.
Yeah.
Something like that. So
it can bump everywhere. It doesn't matter.
No. So you can lock it in place, and then when it tries to move, it's still moving in one place.
Oh.
Do you remember what I was talking about? Astro gyro.
I know, but it wouldn't, because when you go like this, thrust pushes it that way.
But it can't, because it's strapped to the thing.
Oh, so the thing would be moving. Is that it?
Yeah, within itself, because it's all got bearings. Let me try and show you a picture of what I'm talking about. Yeah. Astro gyro. Let's see.
What's the purpose of that?
For tuning.
For tuning?
Yeah.
How would you tune that?
Could you swap my Mercedes, please, for my blue car when you get a
Why would I do that? Because then your drone's not flying away from you. Yeah?
I don't know how that will work, because there will be like parts moving around the drone instead of the drone moving. I don't think it would have to be. I don't think it's possible, because those parts would have to have.
Look, I've just look this picture. Look this. Yeah. So imagine this guy Let's try and show you guys. I don't know whose YouTube video this is. I've done it. I absolutely loved it.
Were you sober at the time?
I was actually. So
but the guy is moving around.
So, yes, but he's not moving around in space, is he? He's only moving around within that circle.
In space.
So if your drone was where his waist is,
yeah,
then you could test your tuning without it buggering off and hitting the ceiling.
Either the drone moves or the rings around it move.
Only the bottom ring doesn't move. The other three do move.
Okay, so okay, so it's fixed there then. And the drone is gonna do this.
The drone can do whatever attitude it wants.
I was. So
you can tune the drone.
I understood the opposite. I understood that the drone would always stay stationary.
And that stuff moves. Why would you want that?
Because then the drone wouldn't.
That sounds anywhere. Mental. But
well, just very quickly looping back to induction charging on cars.
You'd be tuning.
None of us need to do that now, considering we all have more than one car. As soon as you have more than one car,
that's what I said.
Yeah, but
that's what I said earlier.
It'd be cool.
I thought I've got more than one car. Why do I need to worry?
You don't have to worry about you have to charge it or not. Imagine you just get it, put a car and go, and then I'm done now. I take it out.
I'm not sure it's worth that level of.
And it's not that difficult to actually implement this.
In the track, it's more difficult.
In the track, it is.
That side of
not in the car.
No, the car.
In the car, you can implement it without even like fucking with it.
Without even soldering anything to the board.
No.
Really?
Yeah. Because the induction charge just goes to the 5 volts, so it's charging the car anyway.
So yes, gyroscope. So where these people are, yeah.
God.
Well, you wouldn't be there though, but you'd have your drone pivoted right here in the middle.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah. So the drone is moving, but it's like fixed on the same position.
And you could tune the drone. You could see how fast it responds.
Yeah.
You could do PID tuning on it.
Could you? Because it would
tremble or not, wouldn't it?
Would it?
Yeah. It would be a tuning station.
Doesn't the tremble also happen because it's displacing on the air, not just displacing
that's prop wash. That's not the same as tremble.
Okay.
That's prop wash. That's a different thing.
Maybe it could.
Yeah. So so you could do something like that. Or something even less than that, where it's just where it's a single and it just lets you do this much. You don't need to go upside down when you're tuning.
Yeah.
Yeah, the planes do look way better. So does the blimp.
Yeah, it's an idea.
It's possible.
You just grab it inside and that's it.
Just that gives it the movement, free movement. What I like about that gyro thing is that it's whichever way you go is the way it lets you go. It doesn't restrict you in any fashion.
Yeah.
So that's a good way of doing tuning, but you need the actual thing.
Idea.
You need the fully built whatchamacallits.
The whatchamacallits.
Yes.
You need them.
Yes.
And they have to be fully built.
And whatchamacallit. Yeah. So
it wouldn't be too hard to make one of those actually, because it's just axis connected.
You've got enough projects, Carlos.
Yeah,
I'm fixed, and then
I did
a
make
ring,
one.
and then another ring connected.
Let me see if I got a
one ring is connected on the outside, and the other ring is connected on the inside, and the inside ring is what connects to your drone. It has 2 little arms attached to the drone. That's it.
It's so simple.
PID. I did.
It's just manufacturing. You have any tools and stuff to do that. That's the complicated.
Well, yeah, it needs a bit of a design. You need some fairly, depending on what drone it is, fairly hefty bearings, because that's where the weight is going to be taken.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a hard thing to make, really, at the end of the day. But I don't seem to have the file that I have. All right, so
we're done.
I'm pretty much done.
Yes, we're done. I want to fly the drone. Bye.
Because he wants to go and fly his drone. So today we are kind of ending the stream a little bit early.
A
little bit.
Jeez.
Yeah, we started a bit late, so that's why it's ending a bit early. So thanks for sticking with us.
Yes.
And next week we hope to come back with more fun stuff.
Yeah.
More
We're going
fun
somewhere
ideas
tomorrow, aren't we?
To try and inspire you. Yes, we are going tomorrow. And if anyone's out there and you're in London, tomorrow is Ali Pali at Alexandra Palace, and it will be the International Model Engineers Exhibition.
International. You want to come get an autograph from the world's
So if you want to come and see the world's favourite pilot and the fat bloke and the one with a beard, come and see us there. We'll be at Ali Pali most of the day.
What do they have there, by the way?
So it's model engineers, so different people showing that they're engineering that they've done. There'll be a lot of lathes. There'll be loads of CNC machines.
Okay.
There'll be a few trains. Yeah, there'll be stuff like that. Because it's engineering.
What, trains? Like tiny trains?
Like HO trains.
Oh, okay.
Little trains.
There's pole dancing.
Yeah.
Pole dancing. Would it be drones?
Not really flying drones, but there might be some guy there with a, "I'll look at my prototype drone to carry people" or something.
And I'm like, "Look at mine, bitch."
Yeah, do you know what I mean? There'll be that kind of stuff.
And like, what? You can do that?
But that doesn't stop us taking our cars.
Yeah. And trying to race on the...
Driving on whatever we see.
Literally, any flat, clean surface, we're on it.
Well, look, talking about that, we went the other day, didn't we, to the slot model show, Scale Electric's model show.
Yeah. Over near Wales, wasn't it?
And I met a guy there called Guy. Yeah, I met a guy called Guy.
You met a guy there?
Is he a good guy?
I did. And he asked me to do him a little job, and now we have been invited over to he's got a track.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not showing you the track. This is Guy. This is the job I've done because he had these printed in sinter printing. Yeah, and it just had loads of lines. And I said, "Look, I've got a resin printer." Yeah. Sent me the file.
Have you got a resin printer?
I have. It's over there.
He uses it sometimes.
Occasionally, I turn it on. I've got a 3D printer as well, haven't I, Tristan?
Yeah, which you gave me the wrong power supply for.
Thanks.
Buy my own bloody power supply.
Anyway, the point being is that he's got a fully built, landscaped. Yeah. I think it's the Belgian Grand Prix track.
No, it's Barcelona.
Barcelona, okay. So he's got a fully built track. And he's invited us up. Yes. To come and have a race on his track.
Nice.
So we're going to do that. But very soon.
I may have some. Well, I don't know, because the track that we raced there.
Yes.
Was nice.
Bumpy.
But the edges would just drag your car off and it would stay there.
And very fully off the edges. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to find out.
And the turns as well
are quite tight.
It's not that. It has the red markers, but they're actually bumpy up. So if you hit that as well, you're stuck.
We could do a couple of little shots just for photo opportunity pictures because the background is apparently very nice.
Yeah. I've seen the pictures.
Do you know what I mean? Like I know on the flatter home routed tracks that they do with the copper tape, it's easier to drive than on the plastic and metal ones.
Just fill the holes. Why do you need those holes there?
That's how they do it. That's as far as they managed to get.
No, there's some hole in the middle of the track.
Two of them.
Put that there.
Big gashes down the middle.
Cover it up. Yeah, it'll be fine.
What do you need that for? So so we've got that possibly coming up on the cards at some point soon. Yeah. And we want to go and do going to some races as well, up and down the country. Yes. Wings and Wheels is going to be on, and that's going to be awesome.
When is it going to be?
A couple of months, 2-3 months, like late spring.
And there's even going to be drones on it, is it?
There will be. We're going to do a load of stuff there. Loads of stuff. I'm undecided about Western Park.
By that time, we will have Battle Whoops 100% sure.
I reckon so.
By next week, well, maybe not next week.
Give it a couple of weeks and we'll have Battle Whoops.
On 65 mil?
100%.
Yeah, even at 65 mil. 1S will do me.
No, but will 1S have the power to fly nicely?
I think the code is irrelevant.
If it's 75,
1S, 2S.
So that's what I mean, 75 might be the way to go.
Yeah.
75 1S.
Because it has more power to it.
More oomph.
Because otherwise, you're carrying that board, basically.
You said we could get a smaller one of these boards?
Maybe.
Probably, yeah.
If we could get a smaller version of that, then.
Yes. Sure, we can.
Okay. All right. So for now, thank you very much.
Even smaller than that, is it?
Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. Let us know in the comments or later on if there's anything else you want to know about or if anything we've missed.
Yes.
Big love. Take care. Get out. Yes. Fly your toys. Change them. Undo them. Take them apart. Put them back together again in a different way.
Yeah, it doesn't work now. Thanks, Jem.
Don't take apart your dad's Mavic, though, maybe.
Whatever it is, just enjoy it and then let us know. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.